let me ask this question first. Does anyone have a husky? Does anyone own a husky as a dog? Does anyone know about huskies? One of my ex-girlfriends a long time ago, she had a husky, and she said basically people need to know that if they own a husky, they have to go run that dog. It's like in their blood. If they don't take their husky out for like 3, 4, 5 miles a day, is that what you've heard? They basically go insane. They start chewing up everything in the house. They have so much energy that they don't know what to do with it, and they get really unhappy. And we know that animals that are very free-range animals, like giraffes, zebras, all these big animals, elephants, lions, tigers, they don't do well in zoos, right? Because they're confined. They don't get to run. They don't get to roam. There's a lot of aspects of their life they miss. And I think a lot of times, us as people, we think that we're separate from that. And one thing that I learned after my baseball career was over, which every day, and especially if you're not familiar with the pro baseball season, you play 140 games in 160 days, which means you're at the baseball field from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. typically, 29 or 28 out of every 30 days on average. And then there's spring training, and then there's maybe playoffs. It's an incredible grind. Everyone's body's breaking down by September. It's really tough. But what I didn't realize that was from when I was a little boy until I was 30 or 31 years old when I retired, I was always doing physical things baseball related. I was doing the off-season workouts. In-season was grueling. I was out of the field all day running around. There was always a major physical component to my life. And when I retired, I didn't realize that that was such an integral part of me as a happy, healthy human being. I was very burned out of fitness. So when I retired, I was like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do any of these things that I had to do to keep myself healthy because I had a lot of injuries, and I had to do lots of little rehab exercises and things every day to stay on the field. When I was done, I was like, get off me. I don't want to do that anymore. And then a couple years later, I just had this general sadness, this general feeling like I wasn't myself, like I wasn't quite alive in the way I used to be. And it wasn't just that my baseball career was over, because I wasn't mourning playing more baseball. I felt like I got a lot. But I didn't realize, maybe until the last 2 years, that I am a lot like a husky. And if I don't get out and move my body, and not just going to the gym, but also just like throwing a ball around with a buddy, or just shooting hoops with a buddy, or kicking a soccer ball, even though I haven't kicked a soccer ball since I was like 8 years old. Interacting with the world in a playful way, interacting with my body in a playful way, just getting out, just like you said you play volleyball. I think that's awesome. It's so underrated. Everyone thinks that to be fit and to be healthy, you have to go to the gym. You don't have to just go to the gym. You just need to go move your body in whatever way works for you. And I think a lot of us are forgetting how important that is to our mental health. And I learned this. Like I said, I learned this myself, that if I'm not whole, even if I do my meditation, which was a big part of my baseball career, even if I'm eating well and making time for self-care and have all my ducks in a row, if I don't go outside and move my body, I don't feel myself. And so these are all the different choices that you make as you piece your life together. What does a good day look like for me? What is a good day that keeps me happy, that keeps me progressing towards my goals? And again, Americans have a lot of problems right now. We have a lot of anxiety, we have a lot of depression, we have a lot of mental illness, right? We have a lot of mental health problems that we're all trying to work out. And there's been new research recently showing that exercise is so helpful to that. Eating healthy is so helpful to that. And I think a lot of times we forget just how much our physical body interacts with our mind. And so as you think, how do I plan out my future? How do I plan out my happiness? We have to think about the things that are in our daily routine that are going to fuel us to be our best selves.